wanted to make a video of a lesson for review. We're going to be talking today about decimals and fractions and notation. And I just wanted to do a quick lesson and see how this goes. If it works out well, then I might do some more videos like this. Again, just kind of trying to feel out this whole process. But let me show you what we've got. So today we're going to be doing something called aliens and robots. Okay, aliens and robots. So to get us started, we're going to read a poem. I'm being abducted by aliens. I'm being abducted by aliens, and I'm not enjoying the ride. They simply appeared in their saucer, a strange sort of purplish brown. I can't tell the floor from the ceiling. In fact, I may be upside down. The aliens have odd little bodies, a cross between melons and eggs. Their hands end in hundreds of tendrils. They don't seem to have any legs. They don't seem to have any noses. They don't seem to have any eyes. Instead, on their heads are medallions that keep changing color and size. All right. So hopefully that gives you like an idea on like an alien. So your first task today, within your assignment on Google Classroom, there is a link to, well, there's a couple different things in the assignment. So one, if you have a printer at home and you want to just print this out and do it on with paper and pencil, you can print out the grids that I have for you. There's also, excuse me, there's also a Google form that is an exit ticket that you will do at the end. Okay, and you'll submit that to me. It's only 2 questions because it's an exit ticket. Also, I am going to put a link to ABC has a hundreds grid that you can use if you don't have pencil and paper, and you can just click on the boxes. Here, I'll show you. So, let's see, right here. So I'm going to post this link here, and you can pick the color, and you can make and fill in all that you want to fill in. If you do one wrong, click on the white and put them back white, and make them any color you want, whatever you want to do. Have fun with that. All right, so your task then is going to be to draw your assigned creature on the 10 by 10 grid. So I want you to just choose an alien or a robot. It's your choice. Decide how large your creature is going to be, and then I want you to create him in the grid by filling in the squares. You can't do half squares or anything. You can only fill in whole squares. Okay, and then I want you to write the amount of space that it takes up as a fraction and a decimal. Okay, now at this point I want you to pause this video and go get to work. Okay, so hopefully by now you have done the you've drawn your alien or your robot, and you've put down the amount, and you've written it as a fraction and as a decimal. And I just have some questions I want you guys to think about. So as you were creating, as you were making it, how much space did you use? Okay, and that was one of the original questions. Is there a faster way to count the amount of space that you covered? Can you think of a different way that you could have counted the amount of space that was taken up by your robot or your alien? And then lastly, how can you represent the colored part of the picture differently? And again, that's kind of a repeat, like fractions, decimals. Okay, how could you do that? Okay, so I want you to just pause the video for a second and talk about those 3 questions, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, so the last thing then for this lesson, before we do our exit ticket, I want you to talk to somebody. If you have somebody at home that's working with you, if you're by yourself, that's fine too. You can just think some of these questions through, or skip them if it's a partner question, because I do have some kind of like partner questions, and this would be more of a partner type thing. Like if you have an adult or a sibling or somebody that's been kind of doing this with you, then I want you to kind of think, even if they didn't do their own, do you think that you guys would have counted up the spaces in the same way? If you did or if you didn't, then how are those strategies related to each other? Okay. How is the fraction for this creature related to the decimal? So I do want you to discuss that. How is the fraction and the decimal related to each other? Okay. And then what patterns are you noticing as the creatures are getting larger or smaller? So if the creatures got larger and they got smaller, do you see any patterns or anything forming? Okay. Now listen, you may not be able to answer all these questions, and that's totally fine. Not worried about it. But I just, any of those that you can answer and you can discuss with somebody, I want you to go ahead and do that. Okay. Now the last thing that we're going to do, and you can pause the video and discuss those if you want, and I'll give you just a second for that. All right, welcome back. And then the last thing is we're going to do an exit ticket. And I already kind of wanted you to do that with your peeps. This exit ticket is in the Google form. It's the exact same thing that's in the Google form. So just go to the assignment, go to the Google form, and write your answers for that, and make sure that you submit that to me. Okay? All right, that's it for now.